Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing some K Rend, but it's going to be a bit different today than I'm used to doing. So they want to use the K Rend, but they don't want to have the scrape finish. So basically they want me to put a float on. So this is going to be an experiment today. I've got this panel here to do. So this has been meshed up and it's got the base coat on. So my plan today is to put this area on here. I'm going to leave it and then I'm going to put a float on it later on, and I'm going to see if that's the finish that they want to have. It has been done like this before. I remember a few years ago, well actually it's probably about 15-20 years ago, we were doing a K Rend job, and basically they told us not to scrape it and they put a power float on it afterwards. And that was the finish they wanted, so that's the finish that I'm going to be going for today. Time for me to mix a bit of stuff. I'm not going to use a big mixer today because I've only got a few bags there to do, so I'm just going to mix up quickly. Right, so I've just mixed 2 barrows now. I'm just going to start chucking it on. So it is a lot slower mixing it by hand, but as I've only got a small area to do, it's just going to make my life that little bit easier. So I've got my first barrow down here, and I've got another one there. These Gorilla tubs are roughly around one barrow each. So I'm going to make a start now and start getting it on and getting it nice and flat. Right, so what I've done is I've leveled all this off now, and I've just troweled over it just to try and get rid of any of the bumps for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this, I'm going to put a float over it later. So we're going to see how that works out and see if that's the finish they want. So that's how it's looking so far. So this is just the experiment, so hopefully this will look good. And but if not, they can't see this side anyway, so it's not the end of the world. See, if I'm being completely honest, that's probably quite close to the finish that she wants already. She wants it to look rustic. She doesn't want it to look new because it's a cottage. Right, so this is how it's looking so far. So I've just put a rough float over it, and you can see, so I'm starting to get a couple of scratch marks coming through now, but it's nice and flat now. So I'm just going to keep playing with this now just to try and figure out exactly how I think she's going to want it and how I can get a consistent finish. But it's not been on long. So I put this on 2 hours ago, and this is like the first rub, and it's actually pulling in quite quickly. Right, so I tried a few methods just to see how I could get the finish how I wanted to. So first I put a float on it, and then I put a trowel on it just to see how it would look, and then I tried a few other different methods as well. I tried wetting it and putting a trowel over it just because I was getting a few patches that I wasn't quite happy with. And then once I got it to that stage, I got my plastic trowel and used it like a float, and I've pretty much got to a finish I'm happy with now. So I'll show you down the light now. Right, so I've finished this now. This has taken me 3 hours probably to get to this finish. So that's how I experimented with K Rend. Right, if you do like these videos, please like and subscribe and help me get to my 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal this year. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, comments, or you've got a bit of advice to give to me on how you would tackle doing a little experiment, then leave them in the comments below. Right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next video.